Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for people that have shown up a little early. Mona and Shauna, Midge, Sherry, Michelle, Nettie, thank you so much. Anybody that's watching the replay, thank you for sticking around, coming back and taking a look at what we've got going on today. I expect to make a humongous mess today, like a really, really big mess. Oh, there might also be some noise when my husband comes home because I don't know if he remembers that I'm going live and I can't find my phone anywhere to send him a text message. So that could be exciting. So how's everybody doing today, huh? What are you working on? What are you playing with? I've got stuff I want to use up. And I remembered why it's always so difficult to do jelly plating, anything on the jelly plate when I am live, because I don't really have enough room to spread out. There's a little table here to the side of my, let's see, I guess you can't see, to the side. Where I have my laptop, and normally that'd be like another place that I could spread out, but we'll make it work. We will make it work. You guys can hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me okay. And speaking of thumbs up, you know, you can always go over to the video itself and leave a thumbs up, which is always really nice for YouTube to know that you guys enjoyed spending some time with me. Hey, Lori. Lori's starting a Just Because book. Yay. All right. So good. Sound is good. Thank you. I have this. I've never done this on the jelly plate before. Where's Mouse? Hey, Janet. I have a whole bunch of sprays, and some of the, okay, I have twice as many as these that are in colors that I would use. So what I did is I pulled out pinks and purples. A friend gave me a ton of Glimmer Mist sprays. Thank you, Beth. And while I'm using them, I'm not using them up as much as I would like to. I also have a lot of ink pads, and I don't really do a lot of stamping, especially with distress ink, but you know, they're really great for backgrounds. So basically, I just want to make a whole bunch of papers, whole bunch of messy papers. And I have gloves somewhere. Pretty sure I have gloves somewhere. I do have gloves somewhere. So I just want to make a bunch of papers, and then I have an idea when they're done what I'm going to do with them, with some of them, not with all of them. I can't wait to see Lori's Just Because book. That's going to be fun. And I expect that most of these, last time I tried like half of them, the droppers had the sprays had clogged, and that's fine because that's always a good way to, you know, use it on the jelly plate. You can just dump things out. And my jelly plate is dirty. I did not try and do a pull first with paint because I didn't want to like go crazy in the paint thing. So, you know, it's just going to be a play day, and we're just going to see what happens. Hey, Joanne. Happy to have you here with us today. Let's see what we can do here. That might be a little better. Yeah. So let's see. Let's start. I have fewer blues, so let's start with the blue and see what we can get here. And I don't know. I absolutely do not know what's going to happen. And that's part of the fun of having a play day, right? Is not knowing what's going to happen with it. So, okay, the first one already. I don't have any more distress spray in blue, I don't think. I think I used those all the other day. Let's see if this one wants to spray. And if I get one sprayer that works, then I can always just kind of, boy, I'm really cramped here. Get to my brayer. Where am I going to put my brayer when I'm done? I don't know. We'll see. Now, of course, most of these things are going to bead up on the jelly plate, and if that bothers you, you can always put some medium, some gesso, glazing liquid, whatever. Okay, I forgot to bring my book over, and the microphone's going to get in the way. We're going to have a few challenges to get started with, I can tell. That's all right. You guys roll with me, right? You guys always roll with me. That's what's so much fun about hanging with all of you. All right, we're just gonna sop some of this up. And get a pretty blue background. I like that. I do love this big plate for trying to get everything covered, and then I still didn't line it up right. But there are no mistakes in art. There are no mistakes. See, look at that. That's already interesting, and it's just got one color on it. And I'm just using regular printer paper. I just, like I said, I really want to get just some first colors down. What I'm going to run into trouble with is a place to put things. All right, let's... Hey, Barbara. You've been doing that a lot lately, too. I was going to do paint, and I thought, you know, I really want to see what I can empty off of this shelf. Okay, this thing's almost done, so it's probably not going to spray. That's okay. Watch the little metal balls come out. We just want a little... Hey, Dina, how are you doing today? I need to make a space for being able to move my brayer. So let's move all the ink to the other side. All right, and let's just see. Whoops. So yesterday I spilled like a brand new bottle of brown ink all over my stuff. That was not fun. All right. This is really awkward. Really awkward here. I don't know. Michael's has that tiered. Oh, the tiered project cart is great. Yeah, and you know what? I should have brought my cart, although what I really need a place for when I'm doing anything on the Gelli plate is a place to let things dry. And that's always hard when you're live. I love this. I love that even all the gunk that's still on there. And I'm not going to worry about little blotches like that because I can always come back. Let's see, this one's turned green because of what I put on it, you know, and just spray it. And already this looks more interesting. All right. Oh, I'm going to run out of space for things to dry so quickly. I got my trays here. So what I'm doing is that I'm putting the paper over onto the trays. All right, let's see. Anybody want to spray? You don't want to spray. Okay, you spray. Keep the ones that we know will spray to the right. Maybe that'll work. And everything's going to be. So the project cart, it's not just the 3 tiers that have the, you know, places to put things. It's got, does it have more shelves? And I'm not going to brayer that. Some tissue paper here that has some writing on it. I think it actually came from inside a shoebox or shoes. And I do love tissue paper on the Gelli plate. You get all those wonderful textured wrinkles. Because if it's got multiple shelves and it's on rollers, I think that thing is gonna 8 tiers of, oh, Janet, okay. Hopefully it's available online since we don't have a Michael's anywhere around here. I'm gonna have to go check that out because that's definitely a handy idea. And the only thing you have to be careful of when you're working with tissue paper and getting it wet is, you know, don't pull fast. Just pull slowly and then start pulling from another edge. If stuff tears, don't worry about it. It's tissue paper that came, you know, tucked in a shoe. So if you're one of these people that stresses over stuff tearing, tissue paper may not be for you. I don't care because the small pieces are just going to go into my collage bin. And sometimes you get perfect pulls. Isn't that awesome? And when it dries, each time it dries, it gets a little heftier. All right. Orange doesn't really do it for me unless it's mixed with something else. Probably should have put some of that down first. And let's see if we can throw a little blue in the mix. Okay, thank you, Janet. That is a super tip. I might need like 10 of them, but you know. And I did bring some stencils out. I'm not just going to pull stuff like that. Hey, Terry. Lori said, I just got a bunch of Bombay inks to play with. Yay, you're going to have so much fun. I should have another one of those videos coming out maybe Friday. I don't know. I have another one to edit first. So, you know, it's not very interesting right now, but that's okay. We're going to work on them. We are going to work on them. I personally like the kind of sparkly look. I know a lot of people, you know, want to get precise. Card makers, I know, go about using these sorts of things on their plate a lot differently. Okay, this is going to be really frustrating, all the things I don't want to spray. And I don't really want to put them all into another sprayer. That's something that's probably a lot of color, but that's okay. Oh, that one's sprayed, so let's keep that one over here so we know it sprays. Yeah, so like I was saying, if you just came in late, if your stuff is beading up on the Gelli plate and that bothers you, just put a thin coat of matte medium or gesso or glazing liquid, anything like that will help it not do that. I may not like this as much as I thought I was going to like doing this. I don't know. But we're going to make it through. We will make it through. Okay. Try these. I guess first maybe what we'll do is we'll just try and see what sprays. Okay, you don't spray. Excuse me. You don't spray. Let's see if any of the purples want to spray. Ooh, you get a little bit of purple. And let's see what else we can add in there. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Thank you, Terry. That might end up being a nice color. Just soak up some more of that on this doily. I have so many doilies, and I'm not going to use them while they're white, so. We will see where it takes us. All right, it's got some of the color off. Yeah, I definitely want one of those carts. I can tell. Hi, Diane. How are you doing today? What you working on? Oh, kind of got an earthy tone out of that. I kind of like those colors. All right. I'm already bored. Are you bored? Let's see. We want to test the colors. So first, let's test the colors. Then I'll get the stencils out. Okay, that sprays. Ooh, that's pretty. Maybe if I just reduce myself to the ones that spray. At Joann's, and it has 6 tiers. Okay, I will go check Joann's. That's a lot of ink. I need one of my books. I have an old book here, and I keep it just for doing rub-offs on, so I think that might be a little better than what I've been doing here. Diane's not working on anything at the moment. You know, I did that yesterday. I worked on an art project for about 4 hours, and then I just said, no, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to curl up on the couch with an actual book that's not on my iPad and just read for the rest of the day. And that's what I did. And it was wonderful. All right. We know those guys spray. Not exactly a spray as much as a dribble. That'll work. So these guys aren't necessarily designed as a base coat, but it's getting some color on the paper, and that's kind of what it's all about, right? Okay, I like rubbing this sprayer off on this book so much better. That's a lot better. That book's going to be yummy when it's done. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, you're going to have a play, and then you get to show us what you did. This is the boring part, just getting some first layers on. Hey, Sharon. What's up with you today? All right, I think I've tested almost everything. Okay. The ones that don't want to spray, we'll just go off to the side. You fell and hurt your arm, so one-handed fabric dyeing the last couple days. Oh, ouch. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, when our appendages aren't working properly, it does get in the way of a lot of our crafting. All right, I probably should have taken out the other smaller jelly plate for making a use as a palette. Yeah, a lot of these inks, like I said, are pretty old. I think I like it best. Yeah, you can't, well, you can see some of this shimmer. I don't know. I really didn't want to get out the paint today. So we're just gonna keep going. If you get bored, you can leave. It's okay. I won't take it personally. I take thumbs down personally. I try not to, but you know, the stuff isn't right. Icing was you wash with your pile of just because fabric's waiting for you. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to see what you create. All right, let's just do something with stencils, which is not, I don't do a lot of work with stencils either, so all of this will be good. I am not worried about contaminating my pads because, like I said, I really don't use the ink pads much. Let's see if we can get a little bit more something else over here. All right. Let's see what happens. And of course, you're not going to get a precise print when you use a stencil and the sprays because they're so liquid. You're going to have kind of a blurry watercolor almost effect. And I'm okay with that. But if it bothers you, you know, just like I said, lay down something first that's a little, you know, lay down a coat of paint. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate it. I think you're pretty awesome too. You're also an Energizer bunny. Geez, I wish I had your energy. but then you're young, so that happens. All right, so nothing absolutely amazing, but remember, we take this and then we're going to come back over and we can do other stuff to it. Let's add some purple. Thank you, Diane. I've got several of them going right now, and they make me happy. They really do. What can I say? They make me happy. All right, and I'm sort of wishing I had the paint. Oh, well. It's all about the layers, right? It's all about the layers. And some contortions to move the papers and the trays. Hey, Sandy. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Shauna. Diane can make the sprays with the ink she bought or use the inks on the plate directly. Yep. You know, you can make a spray with just about anything. The only thing you have to be careful of is if you're putting something in that's really thick, whether or not it's going to go through the sprayer. What I like more than sprayers, ghost prints are always the best, aren't they? They are always the best. I like droppers myself. Maybe that's why I like my India ink so much. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. It's always the layers. Also, you know, just because you printed it on a piece of paper, I mean, I could be doing the same thing with fabric. I do have, oh, I forgot about that. I was going to show you guys. I've got fabric next to me here. I saw that. You're going to do some jelly printing tonight too. That's awesome. You guys can go over and get a second dose of jelly printing with Shauna. I have no idea why I put so much water on there, but that'll give me just that much more ink to put in my little book, right? Oh, look how pretty that is. I'll have to show you guys as I turn the pages here. Pretty, pretty. All right, let's see. Did it dry on there yet? Let me get my palette out of the way because I think that is not helping. And I'm not going to use it. So all right, here we go. That will make that a lot easier. All right. So I've got a lot of ink here. And I have, this is medical gauze. I think it's 4 inches wide, maybe it's 6 inches. I was able to get a 6-pack at a really reasonable price. What I like about this is it's like the really, really wide holes in it. So you can just get some really interesting effects like cheesecloth, but a little bit cheaper. And instead of using a paper, you know, you see people do paper towel rolls and they roll them back and forth. Well, if you take a roll of this, now it's going to start building up my color on here. See? Dayla Rowney and PH Martins tonight and Paper Artsy Infusions. Ooh, fun. All right, let's find a stencil that excites me. Leaves, they're leaves. I just would like to empty these bottles. So one of the things that I end up doing if I can't empty things the way I want to, there wasn't anything left on there, that's okay too, is I end up dumping them in a tray. Hey, Angela. I owe you a response. I will get to you after the live. I'll just dump everything in my big tray and let the colors mingle and then dip paper and fabric that way. There we go. We're starting to get something happening there. I do like that stencil. So let's. She is super talented, isn't she? Okay. I'll put my stencil back. And we'll add Some purple. You're actually giving me a kick in the rear to finish up a part of my website, Angela, that addresses that very thing. So, and then the new website can go live. Now I want to pick that up. I'm just going to get it off the stencil now. So it's going to come off the leaves, and that's okay too. So it's still really wet. That's okay. Hey, Mariah. Hey, Randy. Yeah, I wasn't sure what all I was going to be using today. I have a bunch of stuff out, so I just, actually my fingers are still a little bit stained from playing with inks without gloves yesterday, so. I never seem to remember the gloves when I'm doing something like walnut inks, you know, when you really want to have it. All right, let's get some different colors in here. Let's bring out the purple distress. Don't I have purple delusions, I think? I do. Spelling doesn't count in chat. There are no grades awarded here, remember? No grades. All right, lots of liquid. That's okay. Yeah, one of these days I'll remember just not to bring out so much stuff for a live. All right, I'm just going to take some of this. And I need to turn the page in my book. This is very, very purple. Let's just take some of that off. Yeah, it's too much. Well, it's just too much for picking up off the Gelli Plate. Yep, having fun is what it's all about. That's all. Just get some of that color on there. And we got some orange. We're going to pick up some more of that color there. If I have empty bottles, any empty bottles at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy. I know. Let's pick the bottles that have the least amount in it. All right, this thing has hardly anything in it. The plate is very huge, yes. Okay, and I'm nuts, right? Because I dumped all of that out there, but wow, and then the purple that was on there mixed, and we got an inch. Can the dye be used on papers? Absolutely. Which dye are you talking about? Tie-dye. Oh, tie-dye. Anything that you can use to get color can be used on paper, can be used on fabric. The only thing you have to think about, the most important thing, is what you're going to use it for afterwards. So if you're worried about something being color fast, you know, then that's going to be an issue. If you're if you're worried about something that's going to be, you know, in the sun, that might be an issue. If you're going to be putting stuff in your journals, use whatever you want. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. All right, now we can put another color on here because that was kind of a lot of purple. You want the empties, Mariah? I have a lot of new bottles. These are just, like I said, some old ones that a friend gave me. This one I know doesn't spray. I need to, hopefully I won't miss too much in chat. Janet, I just saw a post go by with you. It's hard for me to go backwards. Let's see if Janet says, oh, I love the post yesterday with the fabrics I used to mop up the ink. Thank you, Janet. Yeah, that's like my favorite thing to do with the leftover paints. And I actually did a little video on that to share because then other stuff happened. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? I did not take out all my stencils. Okay, here's my most favorite stencil in the world, right there. Let's just... You want to do all the chore of cleaning them out, I may just send you a box of empties because I have a bunch of clean bottles, and I might just take all the ones that don't want to spray because the sprayers are broken in a lot of these. So that's the thing. Tell me if you want the empties that have the broken sprayers. If so, I will send them your way. All right. Oh, you finished, Angela. That's awesome. I can't wait to see. Will I be surprised? I am always surprised. Yeah, we just get going at our own pace. You know, everything gets done when it's supposed to get done. I know, Randy, isn't that, and I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello, Randy. That is like my most favorite stencil. It's just so delicate. Yeah, I keep losing my container of empty, clean empty ones, but I do have those, and I have a bunch of, oh, look at that. That's just starting to become something yummy. Just the subtleness of it all. And maybe it's not the best use of the sprays, but I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that too. So what are your favorite things to do with Glimmer Mist and Shimmery sprays like this? Add a little bit of... What I'm really trying to get is just, woo, that's a lot of blue. Add to the variety of papers in my stash, so when I'm building books, I have more things to choose from, whether it's for, journal pages or collage pages. Okay, I'm not done with the stencil. Yeah, I've got a tray behind me, and that's what I'm doing, is most of the time putting it on another piece of paper over there. Hello, Colorado, Blue Skies Boutique. You just can't see everything here. Used to do nothing but experiment live. Yep, that's the best kind of art, right? It's just when we're experimenting, we're not worried about the outcome. Still has a lot of ink on that. Some deli paper, see what we can get. I don't know if these sprays will stay on deli paper or not, but that's a nice subtle thing. Okay. Turn the pages in the book. A little bit of orange. Terry, you are being awesome with the links. Thank you. Watching the few older vids with your daughter found, you're going to be reposting them. That they were all oh, they were there. Awesome. Yeah, the backside's not too waxy, so I was thinking they should stay too. And I tend to iron all this stuff afterwards, which, I think maybe it's all in my head, but I think it sort of helps. Oh yeah, sometimes I go back and look at the older videos and it's a little like, whoa, what was I thinking? But it's still fun. Let's see, what other stencils do I have here? Let's see. Yeah, Terry is amazing. And if you guys have not checked out Terry's Etsy shop, she is too shy to post her own links. It is Lucid Lizard Jewelry. Maybe Mona, if she's still around, can post it, because Terry is so quick to share everybody else's stuff. Well, you're going live tonight, right, Shauna? Oh, you're at the vet and your mom's at the doctor? So that's kind of nice. That's just on tissue paper. I love tissue paper. What I was going to do was pull out all my stuff that needed color still. Okay, for another hour. Okay, yeah, so it's about when I'm done. And I think what I might do is pull out that stuff and use up some of these sprays on there, because it's going to take forever to use these sprays up. That much is apparent. So we have pink, right, which has turned kind of orange with what's on there. Boy, there's some nice shimmer. No, not enough room. I'll have to take a picture when this is done and post how crazy it was. Got my handprint in there too. All right, now another tissue paper to wipe this up. Terry, there you go. There is Terry's Etsy shop, because what you should know about Terry is she is just an all-around artist. I have a beautiful butterfly hair clip that she made, metal hair clip. She makes earrings. She does digikits. She does a lot of stuff, and I would just love it if everybody would go check it out. Yeah, altering papers, and this is kind of what I wanted to do is I'm leading up. I want to make a bunch of different types of papers and then lead up to something else that I want to do with the papers. I'm looking for a color here. Let's see. Yeah, I think altering papers is probably one of my favorite things to do. So I have to be careful. Otherwise, I'll be, I'll have this tower 12 feet tall of just nothing but papers. But if I can, start to, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to pull out all the stuff that still needs another layer of color, and then I'm going to add the shimmer. Hey, Patty. Hi, Shoshi. I'm doing not real exciting jelly printing today with stuff that I'm trying to use up. And I do think that, like, when I'm done, I think a lot of the, like, the same colors, all the blues, I'm going to dump into one bottle and see if I can use them up easier that way. What did I miss, Sharon? You said something earlier, a little sturdier than store-bought tissue paper, like the tissue paper you find stuffed in shoes. Oh, that's what you're looking for? You can also, I don't know how available it is for you where you live. Artist tissue paper is much stronger. All right, let's put a stencil on there. What the heck? I'm going through my stencils trying to decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. All right, that's got a lot of color, so we're just going to take some of that off, clean off the sides of the plate. This is going to be so yummy when it's done. Look at that. Medical gauze, people, medical gauze. Tracing paper. I love tracing paper. Yep, and make them into glassine paper. I've done that as well. Just with the Bombay inks is really wonderful on tracing paper. That's a video I have coming up. She's finishing her 5th one. That is awesome, Michelle. There we go. See, we're starting to build up here. All right, but I love tissue paper for layering. It really does layer up nicely when you're doing collage work. And now we pull that up. It's not quite so in your face. Let's see if that's kind of clean. Let's get some wild honey down. It's a lot of purple. I keep hitting the microphone. Sorry if that makes a big sound on your end. Okay. Oh, good. So she's going to start selling them, Michelle. That's awesome. I'm glad. Those of you that don't know, Michelle is collecting yarn that you want to get rid of for her mom, who has undertaken a project since she's been hurt. All right. These are definitely going to need something over the top because I am reminded again and again how stencils and me, they're just not my go-to. But that was the other thing I wanted to do is just I'm trying to decide how many stencils I want to get rid of. And I think I'm going to be getting rid of more and just keep my few favorites in the smaller size. The big ones are nice for the Gelli Plate, but they're just not normally my thing. But it'll make a good paper stash, so I'm good with that. I was going to look for the ones that didn't have a lot of ink in them yet, huh? Let's see if we can get a lighter blue. This one's not going to, it says patina. And of course I made it darker because I had purple on here, right? Because that's the way it goes. Let's see. It's going to end up being like a black and white one. Yeah, it's just kind of gray. That's not very exciting. All right, let's clean off the plate. All right, we've got orange. And if we add the blue. Thanks for popping over, Patty. Back to work with you. Head down to that grindstone. I do crusty bits with the Gelli Plate. These guys have been cleaned off from the last big jelly printing session I did. I don't have a lot on there, but I do crusty bits. I let stuff build up. But letting these things dry is going to take too long. So I said I just really wanted to get some background papers. Okay, see now the gray gets a little bit more interesting. Now we're looking at my earth tones that I love. And I need something else to sop up. I always have little bits of cheesecloth too around to sop up anything that looks like it's going to run over where I don't want it. Perfect. All right, I like that combo, which I don't remember, and that's okay. Let's see if I can concentrate on stuff that. Yeah, I don't have room for one more thing here. I've got the hair dryer down below me here, but okay, I'm sort of looking for the stuff that. All right, I don't do pink, so let's see if we can use up some of this pink. I said, this is not something that I would be working so differently if I wasn't live. So it's okay. You guys are rolling with me. It's all good. Oh, this makes a pretty color. All right. We're going to have to combine those again. Wow. I like this a lot. Let's get some of this on here. All right. Wow. Beautiful. I mean, brown. How many shades of brown are there? I don't know, but I love them all. Every bit of brown is awesome. Let's see. We got brown, then let's do these little guys here. I'm going to get a little bit onto this one. You know, they tell you, don't mix your colors, you're going to get brown. And I'm like, oh, but that's awesome. My dump jar's got just all this stuff in there that turns into wonderful shades of brown, and I just love it. Y'all keep a dump jar, right? For your color, for your paints, for your paint water, all that stuff. You get colors you never would be able to mix. And they're one of a kind. That's got a little bit more red in it, so it's not really pink, and that's okay. All right, let's add some pink. Gelli printing your fussy cutting scraps and using them for layering. Nice. I like to peel cardboard and Gelli print that, peel it, to the very thin layers, and you've got that wonderful texture on it. All right. I'm going to fill my book up if I keep going like this. It's a lot of color. We're just going to sop some up. You just can't help getting a lot of color when you're working with something so liquid and you're not paying attention, because that's me. Janet is a blue girl. Right, let's just pick up just a little bit. And things get oh wow, so you really get the purple there against the gray. I like that. That's nice. All right, where else might purple look good? A bit of tissue paper. Just a hint of color. I really need to do a whole bunch with purple and pink, because that's the colorway that I set myself for the month. And then I went down the blue road yesterday, or the other day. So just a tiny bit of purple. And let's add I'm liking blues for mood, but of course y'all know my favorite color is green. Greens and browns, which is why the Red Just Because book is really taking its time. But that's okay too, because that means that I will be exploring different things. All right, back to the stencil pile. Let's do the good one. Let's do the beautiful leaves here. And cheesecloth there. Paper is somewhere. Oh, let's see here. Your sister brought you over some fabric pieces and you can't wait to stitch on them. Awesome. I can't wait to see what you create with them. Okay, so that's just kind of blah. But the next one will be not blah. It will not be blah. These sprays are really good for doilies, and I was going to just do a whole bunch of those, but I thought that would be kind of boring too. Hi, Coco Noel. Bring on the green. Yep, you're with me on the green. Yeah, I could just like actually use my brayer on this, right? That would make it even better, and get some color on the other side. Diane, when I'm doing this without being live, I have 5 Gelli plates out, all different sizes and shapes. This is really, I wish I was getting more excited about the prints. It's very different from pulling prints with paint. Also interesting, I'm not seeing a whole lot of sparkle, although the stuff may not be, sorry if I bumped the camera just there. toothpaste to get the stains out of what? What are we getting stains out of? All right. Getting a little more exciting. I want to diffuse the look of the stencils, basically. Oops, let's spread what's... Toothpaste to get the stains out of the what, though? You're saying toothpaste works good to get the stains out of something. Yeah, when we find out something will stain, that's awesome, right? Well, this is good that I am... Do you have to have a brayer? Try misting. Oh, so you want to see just misting and then a pull? Sure. You do not have to have a brayer at all. We like backseat crafters, or I do anyways, because this is our place to hang out together. And then you can get this really dreamy look, which means it needs another color. So, oh, that one's going to spray. Okay. Probably should have let it dry a little bit more. Got some wrinkles, but you're across the table gel printer. So see, without braying, it's actually kind of a nicer look sometimes. Oh, but the brayer is handy when I get too much on things. Let's see, I want a different color. It's gonna be kind of dark. Sharon says she bought a second big jelly plate and it not long arrived. It was going to cut it into smaller plate as I only have the large. Now it's here and I can't decide whether to cut it or leave it. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking I have, I use this plate most of all and my round ones. So I use my smaller plates usually for palettes. Angela's gonna make another one. Nice. Oh, you're gonna. So this is getting a little more interesting. I'm liking this grunge. All right, let's just go back. It works well with the ones that spray. They don't spray, it's a little harder. So we'll just keep these guys over here. You must focus. First you need to finish that video, Angela. You need to finish the video. This looks like a baby's room, so we're going to add something else. And, a little more interesting, but not much for me. Okay, you guys all spray. Do you spray? You spray. The swirly stencil. Let's see. Let me dig through my stencils again here. These guys spray. This guy sprays. All right, those are the leaves. I'm actually not a fan of the stencils right now, so we're gonna put these guys off to the side. Terry just put the link up for the Facebook group. If you're not a member of it, we're a small group of people that just kind of support one another. Is this the one you mean, Randy? Don't ask me where it's from. I am horrible about that. They all just kind of go in a box. Yeah, well, rabbit holes are fun, but first you finish the video. You finish the video, then you can have some more kits if you want. Yeah, it's got a nice print. Let's print it without the... All right. It's got a really nice subtle print. Something else I did want to do. Okay, let's do a purple misty thing. You bought an 8x10, and I think haven't even opened it yet. 9x12. Yeah, I think I've got 8 or 9 of them. Yeah, get back in the driver's seat there, Angela. So if you have solid colored tissue paper, it's also a fun one to do because you can dress it up. And again, you know, sometimes it rips and sometimes it doesn't. And just be okay with it. Just figure if it rips, you just got more collage material. But already, that solid colored tissue paper is so much more interesting. Let's see if I can get something else out that might... Oh, it's going to spray. Okay. And a little bit of distress stains. I've got another sheet of solid purple. Embrace the wrinkles in the tissue paper. You can iron them out later if you want, but they also make really good accents that you can trace with a gel pen. So look, isn't that nicer than just plain purple? And you could keep layering it, but with tissue paper, it's really best to let it dry before you come back in with another layer. All right, let's see. That's distress. I really want to use the other ones up, but it's okay. Tissue paper is awesome for so many things. Yeah, Mariah says it's great for texturing too. You know, and just embrace the imperfections that happen when you're doing any of this. All right, look at there. So much more interesting. You know, you can still see a little bit of the stencil, but you're not looking at predominantly the stencil. I like stencils as an accent. That's what works for me. Okay, I'm going to use the pads at a different time. I think we have a little bit of a plan. I like orange. Whoops. I really need to order a glass topper for my poor desk here. And use my trays. Okay, there we go. We have a little bit more room. Texture paste is so much fun. You need to check out Mariah and Patricia's videos. Oh, look at that. There we go. They're getting into something very different for me. Add a little bit of water. What else have we got here? We have some things that could use another layer. Yeah, I brought out stamps. I was going to do some stamping. It's like I just don't have enough space. So we'll just have to do that in a different time. do sort of wished I'd brought out some browns, but you know, we're just going to roll with what we got. The papers do not have to be finished in one shot. All right, let's take one of these boring ones and see if we can make it a little more exciting. The stencil better, Mariah. You guys need to check out, if you want to see a lot of things to do with stencils, Mariah and Patricia are really good at that, and they've got a lot of great videos. Orange, orange, orange. I think the orange will dress this up just a do you want to add anything else? No, we'll just leave it with that. How dare they expect you to work during this time period, huh, Janet? I know, Shauna, there's never enough space, no matter what it is, and we get more, and we want more. So now, of course, you can still come back in on these. And my water's empty. I should have a second water bottle out here somewhere. And I don't. Could have sworn I brought both of them over. There we go. Kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Okay, I got my big one. And then get some water drops. It's a lot of water drops. That is an excess of water drops. But sometimes water drops can make things dry really in an interesting way. Okay, move some of these things out of the way. I'm thinking after everything's dry, I'm going to go back over with, hi, Annalise, dabbling in the color with a plastic bag before putting it in the paper. Fun patterns. Yes. Plastic bags can do great things too. I put my, sometimes my fabric in there if I've got something that's going to stain a lot and swish it around. Let's see if we can get some more different blues in here. Yeah, the yellow and purple, the orange and purple, they all look really nice together. Mariah, did you tell me, do you want the sprayers if the sprayer part is clogged? So see, this is why I got the brayer out, is because the stuff that wasn't going to spray. I knew there was a reason. Yeah, you put the plastic wrap down and get all that great texture. Okay, this is going to be kind of a dark purple, which was not really what I was going for. Let's see, who needs something? These guys need something. No, I will save them. We have limited water here, and I can't rinse things down the sink, so I don't, unfortunately, unless it's something I can rinse out easily in just a pan of water, I can't reuse them. So I'm glad if you can, because that means it's not going to the landfill. All right. Now you guys must make a lot of sprays with all the color experimentation you guys do. So it's just a boring back layer, and that's okay. I'm not sure what I have on here that's doing. Okay, so if I'm back, if I want to just spray, I'm back to figuring out what sprays work. Yeah, the shimmer, exactly. I like just a touch of shimmer on the top. This is really interesting though, because you're not really, so I'm guessing these guys must not be mixed very well. So I might dump a bunch of things together to see if I can get just a brown, and not all of them have the mixing balls in them, which does make a big difference. Okay, this guy wants to spread. or spray. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do what I was doing earlier. If you'll spray, you get to stay. What I really want to do is get the other desk behind me clean. All right, we're getting a little more interesting so that I can leave a couple Gelli plates set up all the time. Okay, we know that'll spray. Ah, there's the other water bottle. I think this guy sprays. But you know, I've got this guy sprays and there's a lot in there. Let's just dump some of this in here and see if that'll work. A lot of stuff crusted on it. That's fine. I'm just gonna, yeah, a lot of that shimmers at the bottom. And that's fine, because then what I'll do is I'll have a tub and I'll just start, I'll clean the things out enough that I can get any last bit of color out of them. All right. And then I can use it like paint. All right. Let's get the better sprayer. What color do we get now? Dark blue. Which means let's just start fresh. And we have tissue paper here, so let's just pick up the rest of this color with the tissue paper. Okay, and the pink, does it spray? That one sprays, okay. I'm lucky I haven't sprayed my computer monitor in front of me. I'm usually pretty bad with sprays. They go everywhere. Hey, Arlene. I am so happy to see you. We've missed you. Sharon says, I've decided I need to mix my own paints. You love the beautiful thin application Patricia gets with her mixed paints. Exactly what I've been trying to achieve. Yeah, there's nothing like mixing your own. Look at there. That's nice. I like that where the blue is subtle in the back. That one is nice. We've got a little bit of color left there, so let's pick it up with the tissue paper. We've missed having you here with us, but I know time frame doesn't work for everybody. All right, we got this kind of boring blue, so let's, not boring blue, but it's not a very exciting print, so let's just get some more color on here. I guess I have a lot of ironing I'm going to be doing when everything's dry. It's not bad. I know my problem is that these are just not colors I normally work with. So, hey, Doreen. I was kind of wondering where you were. But it's good to stretch outside. You know, and you never know what'll happen. If I end up with, 3 or 4 pages that I absolutely love, I'm usually pretty happy with that. And then everything else is just a base layer for something else to happen to it. I really like that. Even though they're not my colors, it doesn't matter. I like it. My little mop-up tissue paper somewhere. Here it is. You're working with the old clog shimmer sprays and they show glimmer after they dry. Okay, I haven't worked with these in a couple of years, so I am out of practice. That's good to know. All right, let's see, blues. Let's get a different glue. And that's really what I wanted, was just some papers that were just a layer and layer of shimmer. Because, you know, sometimes you just want one page like that, maybe at the start of a signature, or maybe just to use in collage. That's all you need, Sharon. You just need a few that you love. You just need a few. I just love this tissue paper with the writing on it. My mom sent it to me, I think. It's just been stuffed in a bunch of shoes. All right, and I want some different blue. That's all purple. This guy's empty. Oh, this guy's not going to spray. Well, all right, then we're just going to get some of this and make sure. Yeah, that's the same color. That's okay. Yeah, and I also have a whole set of mica powders and some perfect pearls. I need to, because shimmer, you know, a little bit of shimmer can go a long way, but normally I like to apply my shimmer with a wax. So, yeah, just kind of, it's like I need to either use this stuff up and de-stash it. And I think it would be better if I use it up on papers and fabric when it's appropriate. Oh, which reminds me, I did not tell you guys something. I am going to be selling bundles of paper and fabrics that have been colored in various ways. So if you want to, and it's not going to be like next week, but if you want to be on the list for announcements, send me a message. All the normal places, just send me a message and then I will put you on the announcement list for when those bundles go up. Let's see, I really want to get, so it's kind of wet. Let's see what else we can do to it. I know the Prima wax is awesome, but the smell gives me a headache and it takes forever to cure, but it is beautiful. You're right, Arlene, the ugly papers are great to tear up for collage. All right, this is getting something a lot more interesting. This will go with the blue papers that I did the other day. I don't know why I'm piling everything up next to me here on the desk. Yeah, the pink just isn't doing it for me. Yeah, I hope you guys all, you know, go around and support one another. And that's what this is all about, is being able to connect with other creative people and support them on their creative journeys. So I can pay attention to what I sprayed for that. What is on? Huh. Yeah, too bad sprays won't work for a pool of the crusty bits without a little bit of extra help. And I don't have the time for that right now. I do not. I could make the time, but I don't even know where I could. Yeah, I couldn't even reach the plug right now. I'd have to crawl under the desk. All right, let's put this on top of this wet one and see what we get. You love the smell, Shauna? Well, you're lucky. It gives me a headache, so I can't. I have to be very, very careful. I use it outside, and I have the fan going, and it still gives me a headache. And tissue paper, of course, is wonderful because it's so thin. like the deli paper. Coco, you are cutting your clogged ones in half with water and spraying directly on the paper. Yeah, I did that with some paint water papers. You can also dump them in a tub and then just dip your papers, like if you were tea dyeing stuff. Because the color goes a long way. But I had forgotten about the shimmer showing up after things were dry. So that is good to remember. Let's see if we can pick up some of the color here. All right, let's see if we go more purple distress. And getting close to empty. Yeah, I will probably keep working with this the rest of the day just to see if I can empty some bottles. All right, that's a lot of distress spray. Add some water. And boom, chicka boom. Let's get my little gauze pad out. This is the way I should have been doing this before. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Don't should on yourself. It's never a good look. But look at this. Look at how yummy that's going to be, people. This is so lightweight, so cheap. Oh, can't beat distress sprays for the color. Look at that. And then after this dries, I go back over it with a shimmer spray. All right, let's get some of that on some tissue paper. Yeah, it is very intense, but that's good. You know, it's kind of what I wanted for some background pages. What I had taken out was a bunch of my sentiment stamps, and I was going to just do a few papers and dry them and then put the sentiment stamps. And then I realized really what I needed was to get a whole bunch of papers done. And then I will stamp them with my archival inks. All right, we have a blue that needs more of something. Is this really dark? And let's put some orange with it. I'm going to try and get over to you later, Shauna, but I probably will not be able to chat much because my hands will be busy doing this. And it's easy enough to do when you're live because it doesn't matter if your hands are all messy. I like this so much better than the paper towel. All right, the orange. Oh, look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, this is getting exciting. Okay. And we still have all that color left there. So let's just pick it up. And we've got it kind of earthy. I like it. Yeah, some yummy stuff happening here. I do think the distress sprays are my favorite for doing this sort of thing. All right, but I want to use these guys up. I want to empty another jar. Can I, or another bottle? Let's see, does this one spray? I'm looking for one that doesn't spray that I can dump in here together. I think this one didn't spray. Lori says she dyed my Just Because book fabrics after watching my video. The palette is amazing, and I used 1920 dyes from the local antique store. Muted limes, teals, rusts on a variety of fabrics and medical gaze. Oh my goodness, Lori, finish the book so we can see. Okay, that's got a crooked sprayer is what that's got. So we're just going to swap sprayers since this one's almost empty. Michelle, you like the Prima smells too? When I was younger, I didn't have a problem with smells, but as I get older, oh, now you're going to spray. Fine, be that way. As I get older, I have a harder time with it. Why did I keep adding these next to me here? I don't know. Needs a little more something. I didn't even know antique dyes, as in they were dyes that were actually old or dyes that somebody had mixed that were, you know, from the past. It's getting a little more interesting. I wish you guys could see all these trays behind me. What I like about the smell is it makes me think about art. You know, how can you not be in love with something that makes you think artsy thoughts? Old packets of, oh, wow. That's exciting. Wow. All right, what do we have here? This is kind of a hot mess. So let's see if we can brighten it up. Did anybody else go to the Liz Kettle webinar on Threads the other day? It was like last Sunday. It was wonderful. I learned lots of good stuff. The envelope and the paper for the instructions just as gorgeous. Oh, I bet. Wow. Okay. Wow, these are kind of ugly. They are not my favorite papers I've ever made. P says it reminds her of Christmas because it has a new baby doll smell. Oh, I hadn't thought about that, but you're right. That's exactly what that smell is. That is it exactly. Yeah, I don't think they had a lot of really intense colors back then, did they? It's just very cool. I miss going to the antique shops and the thrift shops, but my bank account is happy that I'm not doing that. Not so sure I helped that one along with that. Let's see. We didn't even go off on a tangent for a really good discussion. Sometimes we really take off and get some good chats going, but I'm sorry, I'm kind of not helping there. All right, it's getting a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I'm going to take these and I'll lay them out on the island in the studio and then go along with the different spray bottles. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what we can add. Peach, tan, and flesh. I know. Can you believe it, Rebecca? Of course, when I have the walnut inks, do I remember the gloves? No. And then my fingers are stained for weeks. Rebecca, Lori was just telling us she dyed some fabrics with some antique dyes that were at the antique stores. Very cool. Well, that didn't do much, except maybe there'll be some shimmer later. All right, I'm just going to keep going. Let's see. Let's go back to the distress because, you know. Okay, Shauna, take care. Everybody remember Shauna's going live next. You mix your alcohol, mixed with alcohol colors. Yeah. Mix all kinds of things with the alcohol. I want distress. So we had the pink. Let's do another. All right, I just sprayed my microphone purple. Which is not good since I'm not a big fan of purple. Well, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's just not, it's not green. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not a big fan of purple because it's not green. Add some water, fresh paper. Woo, that's bright. I need to get the rest of the paper covered with this because that's a good one for the colorways I'm working on. That is a good one. Yeah, I know. Every flat surface. I mean, I want to clean off the desk, I was saying earlier, so that I can leave all my Gelli plates out. You know, and I was doing pretty good. And then my husband was being great at vacuuming for us. So I had to get all my stuff off the floor. Oh, I'm so behind on catching up on your lives, Mariah. So yeah, I picked everything up off the floor. And where did I put it? I put it on my desk, right? Because that's what you do. All right, and we're just gonna grab the wrong water bottle. Where's the other water bottle? I know where the other small one went. Probably too much water, and we're gonna let that go too. This guy needs a little more. Oh, here's all falling down out of its clip. Yeah, it's just you get into all these different ideas and oh, that made that much better. Look at that. Yep, I think Distress Spray for the win and Glimmer Spray for the toppers. This is awesome. That's actually probably a pretty good one for me to end on. That looks really good. I really like that one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through stuff with Distress Spray to get some good juicy color on there. Then when those are dry, I'll go back over with my shimmery things to see if I can get them a little more shimmery, right? And then don't forget the gauze. You can wipe some of that up and get it on the gauze. I just love this stuff. All right, guys, not quite as successful as I thought, but not as horrible as it had the potential to be. So I figured that's probably a good day, right? Your thrift store had a bunch of free stuff. Oh, I would be in so much trouble. I would be in so much trouble. I'm just going to add just a little bit more. All right. See some of you over at Shauna's. See some of you in the Facebook group. I hope you'll join us there. Thank you, Mariah. Appreciate it. Yeah, the purple, orange, and blue. It's a good combo. So I think I will play with these a little bit more. And yeah, once they, oh, I'm not counting them out. It just, yeah, I was just a little distracted this morning. So it's all good. It's all good. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. And I will see you next week. I hope you'll come back. Thanks for the thumbs up. And like I said, let me know if you want to be on the announcement list for when the fabric, fiber, and paper packs go up for sale. All right. See y'all next time. Bye-bye for now.